from Just Add Software, and today I'm going to show you how quickly we can program an entire control system for a Just Add Power video system using our MediaSwitcher software. Now we're going to assume that the actual hardware has already been set up using one of Just Add Power's tools like JADConfig. Once that is complete, we can start up MediaSwitcher, and we will get notified that there's no configuration file found because this is a new install. Now we're going to do what we call our easy config. And let's say we're going to have 15 transmitters. We're going to do 32 screens. And we're going to set our device IP range to this. Let's say we're going to use a Luxel switch here. And I'm going to use this IP address because that's what I'm already using. Just set that up. Boom. Now our entire setup is already and fully loaded in MediaSwitcher. Pretty quick, huh? We're going to reload that. Now let's show you the real magic here. So let's assume those 15 receivers are DirecTV boxes, and you want to be able to have full control of those in your install. So we come to our remote control panel. There's nothing programmed yet, so we right click, we go to Program Remote Control. And now I've got an option here to set up my DirecTV remote. I'm going to do that. I have a couple of different options here. We can use our IP network selection, which basically would send HTML commands to the DirecTV boxes. If you don't want to do that and you want to use infrared, we can also load infrared codes for all the different models or IR code addresses. And we'll support using global cache devices or the Just Add Power flux capacitor. We can also include the power buttons for your TVs. And we have an option of doing serial over IP, which would connect to the Just Add Power receivers connected to those TVs. And we've got a few brands already programmed there. Or we can do infrared, and again, we'll support either the flux capacitor or global cache. All right, now we're going to assume here on our TVs, we're going to use Samsung X-Link. And for our DirecTV boxes, we're going to go back to the network selection. I'm going to enter in the address of my box. Now there's an option here when you're on the network selection for do multiple. This will allow us to program all of our DirecTV boxes at one time, all of them. And you're going to see that all in the course of this video. So we're going to assume that those boxes have IP addresses that are fixed starting at 200.1 and going up from there. All right. I'm going to hit the program button and watch. We'll give this about 30 seconds here. There, done. We now have 15 different transmitters programmed on our first receiver. And to show you that they're programmed, I'm going to hit this button here. That's going to bring up a programming window. And you see that's set at an address of 200.5. It's our 5th transmitter, and that's the key code for that. I'm going to cancel this. Let's go to transmitter 10 and look at that same button. And look at that, it's programmed. All with their own unique IP addresses. You can use any of these other fields and program any of these buttons for favorites or anything else you want to control in the system. Now, we've only done this on our first receiver. We have 32 other receivers set up in the system, and none of them are programmed yet. So how do we do that quickly? We come here to copy code sets. We select our first screen, receiver 1. We go down to source, we go all sources, screen, we select all screens, and we hit copy. And this will go through here. And as you can see, it's going pretty quickly. Done. We have now set up an entire system in less than 5 minutes. We have multiple receivers with multiple transmitters that are all set with remote control panels. You are ready to go. You are ready for operation. Can your current control system do that and do that quickly? Additionally, if you have our iOS app, you can then easily copy this configuration right to that app, and you'll have all these control panels immediately available in iOS as well.